Mr. Saurabh Shukla is the editor-in-chief of News Mobile. Mr. Shukla, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Shukla, how do you see what's happening in Ukraine, and what do you think is going to be the end game really? Because all the things that Russia has said all along this crisis now seem to be proving false. They said that invasion was not something we were going to do. Then they said we're not going to move in our army over there, and all of that is already happening. So do you think it will stop at Ukraine?
I don't think so. If you ask me, this is Vladimir Putin's personal ambition to reclaim what he thinks was the erstwhile Soviet Union. And if you heard the US President Joe Biden also saying that, US has intelligence reports as well. And my view is that this war has been imposed on the world because of Mr. Putin's personal ambitions and also ambitions to dominate the global power equilibrium. You know, he realized that at this moment, the US and allies, the NATO allies will not intervene because Ukraine is not a NATO member. Plus, they will never have boots on the ground, and that's the reason why he timed it. But I see a graver danger if this is allowed to continue, because tomorrow this playbook can be replicated by countries like China, into which in any case have been aggressing territory. They have been eyeing Taiwan. You know that they have boundary disputes with India. They tried some adventurism with Bhutan. So clearly, this is where I see a problem, that international community must realize that there are deep dangers of this kind of a blatant aggression and invasion happening in circa 2022, when the world was trying to bounce back from COVID-19 pandemic. And India
Mr.
has...
Shukla, I'd just like to ask you, do you think that this invasion essentially shows to us that there are no red lines that are red enough to stop a world power, either like Russia or China, from going forward?
Absolutely. And if you see, the world has also seen that UN Security Council is a mute spectator, because you have the aggressor, which is a permanent member of the UN Security Council, which has a veto power. So also, time to rethink there as well. India has been saying, time and again, that it's time that we actually reject the UN Security Council. Also, we need to look at some of these challenges which have been there. So I would say that this invasion also has introspection clearly that the global community must do, and democracies need to work together, because this is something you see, the horrific visuals that are coming out of Ukraine. This is a blatant human right violation as well, that you violate a sovereign country's territory in this manner. And the world just is looking, like a hapless victim.
And as you're pointing out, Mr. Shukla, perhaps this is the upending of the world order that we've seen in place after the Second World War. Thank you for joining us on Republic.